Welcome back to Country Tough with Brandy Von Holten. Today I have a guest that's actually new to my life, but then I have welcomed her with open arms. Okay, so today we have Emily Liebi.
Very good.
Yes, thank you very much. So, Emily, where do you live at?
We're out of California, Missouri, so we're not far from you at all.
Okay. And for the people that don't know where the heck we are, because we now have 42 different countries that are tuning in to listen to us. Missouri's right in the middle of the United States. We're in the heart of the Midwest.
Yes, we are.
So even though she said California, that's the name of a town around here, not the state.
Definitely not the state.
Definitely not the state. So Emily they have 4 kids. She's married to Joe. She has a bachelor's in psychology, but that has nothing to do. Girl, I have a bachelor's in biology with a minor in physics, and here we are. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it does help, but
it helps. Gives me an understanding of everybody's problems, including my own.
Oh, yeah. So. I bet you are diagnosing all sorts of people. And just
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I judge people. I actually got 8 judges' cards and all sorts of stuff. I'm just walking around judging people, being like, ooh, you should do this, you should do that. And then, the whole time I'm thinking that, I'm overweight and need to manage my own stress. So.
No, at the end of the day, we're all the same. We all put our pants on one leg at a time, and if you're super special, you can do it both at the same time.
I think that would take one of those miniature trampolines for sure.
It'd be interesting to watch.
So Emily came into my life. She messaged me last year, okay, and was just like, hey, I see these Chix in the Sticks events, and you were like, hey, let me know if I could ever come and have a booth, or just kind of, you did what I call a cold call, but instead of calling, you messaged the business, and I kept that in my inbox, and because at the time, we just did not know if we were going to end up keeping the ranch. So we own Holten Ranch. It's a horse trail riding facility, and the land's been in our family since 1906, but last year we had thought that we were actually going to sell, but we did not. And I'm very happy that we did not sell. We needed to balance our work and our personal life, and we ended up putting the brakes on Holten Ranch a little bit. But this year, what we have is just these Chix in the Sticks events, a couple of clinics, and then a homesteading expo. But so what we did was just minimized. We needed to, you can't be a master of everything, but we love Holten Ranch. We just needed to bring it back and check it a little bit, so we're in charge of it instead of it being in charge of us. So, So you have a business that does all sorts of jewelry. You have another business making, not jams, you make salsa.
Salsa, yes.
Yeah, and then I know you had some jalapeno. You had another salsa, or maybe it was a jam. I don't know. It's a jam.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I had so much in common with our homesteading, dreams and ambitions. But before we talk about all those sauces and jams and all that stuff, let's talk about this jewelry that you have on. Okay?
Yes. I love anything shiny, anything blingy. From high school on to now, you'd never know it. In high school, I was a girl that didn't wear makeup. I didn't want jewelry. I didn't do any of it. And then 35, 40 hit, and I said, I want it all.
You want it all? Okay. Yes. And so what you're wearing are Navajo pearls.
That is what they're referred to as, but if I can just chime in real quick, because we're going to step on a whole lot of toes if we keep it right there. There's a huge debate going on right now.
I like stepping on toes.
Oh, let me tell you, there is a huge debate with calling them Navajo pearls.
Okay.
If you are not Navajo and did not make them.
Okay.
It's a whole thing now, and there are people getting in trouble for it and getting sued for it.
Okay.
So
So we're not going to call them Navajo pearls.
No, we're not going to
call them that. Put the brakes on.
I backpedaled real quick. And so then I thought, what am I going to call these things? Well, they're my redneck pearls. They're .925 sterling silver pearls.
Okay.
They're tailored after the Navajo pearls. They're just machine made, not bench made.
Okay.
And I'm not Navajo. Okay. Let me clear that up real quick.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to call them your redneck pearls, which they're not redneck at all. These are super classy.
Yes.
Yeah, classy with a little sassy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they have turquoise.
Yes.
They're made with...
real turquoise. So I source all my turquoise out of Kingman Mine out of Arizona. So I buy direct from the mines.
Okay. So talking about getting namings wrong. Okay. So I'm from South Texas. I tell everybody I'm Tex almost Mex. Okay.
Nice.
Well, talk about naming before. If you didn't know what country someone that was darker that was from, we always just said Hispanic. But where I was from, no, you would get like the middle finger and the evil eye if you said, "Are you Hispanic?" They're like, "Where is that supposed to mean?" They're like, "I am Mexican." And I'm like, okay, well, and then I get that because now I have friends that are from all other different countries and they really want to have the name of their country.
Yes.
So I get that. And a lot of people think that they're being polite because they don't know what country by saying Hispanic. And then I've ran into that. And then other people have just been like, "Oh, I'm Hispanic." So like, you never know what the heck words you can use.
No, you don't. And I've read on both sides of this debate where they're Native Americans and if you're not Native American, you can't call them Navajo pearls if you didn't make them, and if you're not a Navajo, they're not Navajo pearls.
Right.
And then I've seen the other side where people say, well, everybody refers to them as that, and that's what I'm going to say. Well, that's kind of disrespectful if someone's coming at you like that. So, I don't know, just to stay on the even keel with it all, they're my redneck pearls.
Yep. Okay. So what made you decide to, because this jewelry, this is legit. And we have this event called Chix in the Sticks. And it's an all-inclusive women's-only event. Their camping's included. Their cabin is included until we run out of them. We only have 4. And then they get a stall, but all their food's included. That's more important. We have a coffee and tea bar. We have custom cheesecakes and cinnamon rolls being added this year. They get a USA-made shirt. And then we go out to eat at this Mennonite lady's house. And she even makes everything homemade, like the bread, the butter, but the food. And she, you know what? You know who you trust? Chubby Mennonite women.
Yes, if you got a skinny cook, don't trust them.
So we go and we go shopping to at least a store or two. And then we have an activity. But, man, that has opened so many doors for us. We've had people come from other countries, and that's our main event. And so we're going to offer your jewelry for sale at our Chix in the Sticks event. And it'll also be in our venue, which is where we have all of our events for Chix in the Sticks. And so I'm excited about having these, legit freaking people come in or have their stuff available, but I want something that's nice.
Yes.
And so here you are. You're the nice.
I try to be the nice in the world.
So what made you fall in love with or want to do this jewelry?
Well, I found a wholesaler out of Texas that I was using, and I liked everything, but it wasn't, she made it all, but it was just hundreds of the same thing over and over. And I thought, I can do a little bit better than this.
Okay.
Not that hers was not good, but I can do better. I can make it unique. I can do it on my own, and I can wear my own product and just take it and go. So that's really what I did.
Well, you know what? With us owning a trail facility, that was the same mentality. Not that we're better than them, but we were like, we can do that too. And there's some things I want to do differently that I think I would like better, and then I have found with being in this industry now for 11 years, I just got to trust my gut. And whenever I say, here's what I have, some people might not like it or whatever, but I have found I'll find my people.
Yes.
If I'm true to what I like, you'll find the people that run parallel with you, and you find your people.
Yes. There's a lot of people out there doing a lot of the same thing that I'm doing, but I guarantee you're not going to find 2 of the same things.
Right.
There's going to be a variation somewhere. You could make a white buffalo, now a redneck pearl necklace, same as I could, but they're not going to be the same thing.
Right.
They're all going to be different.
And it's not going to be a lady that's local to Holten Ranch that is doing homesteading, that's being a mom and a husband. Or you're not being a husband.
No, definitely not.
Being a wife. to your husband, and like a horsewoman.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So people need to know where their dollars are going and the people that they are supporting and help thrive. It's got to be people that line up with what you believe in.
Right.
And so we here at Von Holten Ranch, we try to make it easy for people. We search out these unique experiences, and if I wanted something that was just replicated a million times, I would do that somewhere else. But I don't want to support that. I don't want to spend my time with developing the relationship with a person. I don't want to spend my clients' money buying something that everybody else is going to have.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So tell me some fumbles that you've had with the jewelry, like what are things that you're like, I don't like that anymore, or, whoa, that was a hard lesson, or anything like that?
I haven't had any hard lessons yet. I'm sure there's going to be some. I've been in the retail industry quite a while, so I understand that part. Fumbles, none yet. The only big fumble is I was using the wrong gauge of wire.
Okay.
But it wasn't anything I couldn't fix or make right for somebody. So I've changed that up. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be more. And all I can tell people is get a hold of me and I'll make it right.
Okay.
So
some fumbles that we've had with the ranch. Let's see here. At first, we were open way too long. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then we would have events where we'd have 5 or 8 people instead of like having less events, and then we were just... one year we were open 355 days out of the year.
Holy.
And now the magic number for us is, we dropped down to 118 days one time and then 150 days. And this year it's under 100. And we're just trying to find that sweet spot, And then another fumble was I tried to do some 5Ks out here.
Holy biscuits.
Like I bought all of the running equipment for people. They do not want to do 5Ks out here. Like, I had to learn that lesson like 3 times because I was like, surely people want to do a trail run.
Right.
They didn't.
No trail runs. Not even like a cross-country event.
No, that was something that people did not want to do with us. So,
I wonder why.
Well, and you know what? Other things that we figured out is Mother's Day, we have to stay off of Mother's Day unless it's a Chix in the Sticks. And then it becomes a gift for people to do something with their mothers, okay? Right. And then a lot of people just come that weekend even if they're not moms.
Right.
But that's the only event that has ever been successful on Mother's Day weekend.
Mother's Day.
Is a Chix in the Sticks. Let me think some other things. I've gotten better with social media marketing.
That's hard.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better with that. That was one of our fatal fumbles was... I don't know, not using good photos, not posting enough, not doing hashtags. I just had to, I used to just run our business all as one big business, but now I realize we actually have 4 LLCs now, and each one of them have their own marketing strategies.
That makes sense.
So I just had to unconfuse it. I had made it into like a potluck. So one Facebook post I'd be talking about mounted archery. One Facebook post I'd be talking about David making something with wood. And then one Facebook post I'd be talking about my podcast. But we were a trail facility.
Right.
So I needed to be talking about the trail facility. Right. So it just, those are fatal fumbles that we have made.
Yes.
Well, and I think that's about it. We learn lessons all the time, but we're always tweaking and trying to get a little bit better.
Right.
So of this jewelry, you make earrings, necklaces, and bracelets.
I am starting on bracelets. Okay. That is something new. I am adding some copper into mine to start with, so I'm doing some copper stamped work. And then I'm also doing a copper link that I'm adding turquoise in. Those are new. I just started those this week, so those will be coming out. They'll be offered at Chix in the Sticks. I'm perfecting to make sure it's really good to bring here.
Well, and then I know if you're making bracelets, you got to be making ankle bracelets.
I mean, I might as well.
Might as well. Yeah.
You can't wear boots all year long.
Right. Man, I've seen the people that put the things on the outside of their boot to dress it up, but this would probably be a little too much money for me to put something on my... Yeah, I know, I'd be nervous because you can't feel it.
Right.
But, and also, whenever people are like, you should do this, you should do that, you know what you should do? Not listen. Don't listen.
I know.
Because you get too many different things, and you really got to be like an essentialist and focus on what you're really good at, you know?
Right.
So,
well, if someone came at me, hey, will you do this I can do custom work, message me. I'm not going to mass produce it. I'm not going to offer it to everybody. If there's something specific that somebody wants, get a hold of me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like our Chix and the Sticks. We offer private events also, but they just got to reach the minimum number.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes they want something, they love your style, but it's just not what they're looking for.
Yep.
I mean, man, I'm thinking about, you know what pops in my brain, which is crazy because I don't have kids at all, but man, I know whenever people do these baby showers and they want to have something so amazing, and I know some people are all about cloth diapers, but I could imagine some like baby thing that's like a pin that had some fancy stuff put on it. It would be kind of over the top.
You know, it's funny you say that.
Okay.
So I was thrifting and antiquing and junking, and I picked up, it's nothing special. I have researched it. It's nothing special, but it's a big fat like diaper pin, almost like a horse blanket pin. And I picked it up, and lo and behold, on Facebook and all these other social medias I checked, started popping up diaper pins that have been used as turquoise. Yeah, just like that one.
So, and what y'all cannot see is I just magically pulled this out of like my junk that I keep around my desk. It's a massive, I mean, it's probably the length of my hand. It's a baby safety pin.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, it's decorative, you know, but that's cute.
Yeah, I just found one at the junk store.
You say junk, I say treasure store.
Look, I call it junking with my kids, but we found so many good things there. We love it.
You know what? I love going antiquing. One of my best friend, the reason that I moved to this state, it's a lady named Terry. And sometimes we'll go and just go to all these antique stores. I bought one saucer. Okay, it didn't match anything. I love that saucer.
Yes.
I find that saucer and like use it, and then I'm just like, oh, Terry. This is whenever we went with Terry. You know, and
my kids ask, so for like birthdays, they ask for gift tickets to antique malls to go with my mom.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
That is so, I mean, like, those
It's so much fun.
It is fun. I like to dig around, and then my friends always like, I remember this, I remember that. And I'm all like, how much remembering you got to do? Like, don't buy it all.
Yes.
But, okay, so let's get into your salsas. Now, you make all sorts of salsas. Like, tell us how big this garden is.
Oh, I am horrible with measurements. I'm just going to put that out there right now. It's big.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it's big. Let's put it this way. I put 32 tomato plants in last year. That's just tomato plants. And then I had 2 varieties of jalapenos, and I had, I'd say between 20 and 30 plants for jalapenos, and I think 24 green pepper plants, and then extra stuff for my family.
Okay, so those 32 tomato plants and 24 green bell pepper plants and 30 jalapeno plants. That one for your family?
I mean, we took stuff out of it, but no, I filled up 3 freezers in my garage of produce to use.
Okay. So like you're picking it where it's fine ripe, and then you go ahead and freeze it for whenever, so then you can use it later?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
I get it all processed up, and I'll stick it in the freezer until I'm ready to make salsa.
Okay. So how many different, now your sauce is available for people to purchase?
Yes.
Okay.
They can message me. I don't have a website yet.
Okay.
So.
That's okay. You know what I have found? Like, everybody always thinks they've got to have everything.
Yeah.
And we do, but it's a lot to manage.
So
Sometimes
much.
it's easier just to be like, no, I got a Facebook page and that's it.
Shoot me a message.
Yeah, some of my friends, they might do Instagram and Facebook, and some of them just do TikTok and Facebook. And then one of my friends only does YouTube. And just whatever you are, just be what you are.
Right.
You know? So tell us, it's called Skeeters.
Yes.
Okay, now who's Skeeter?
That's me.
You're Skeeter.
I'm Skeeter.
Okay, so how did you get this nickname of Skeeter?
Oh, it started years ago. It was just a nickname. One of my friends and I were out riding, and she called me Skeeter, and I called her Cooter, and then it just sort of stayed. So,
Oh my God. Okay.
so yeah,
Okay.
just a joke, really.
Okay. Well,
But it stuck.
Yeah, it stuck. Well, I've had nicknames before. My parents used to always call me Fart Tart. Okay. And then my grandma, she called me Brandy Wine.
Aww.
And I just love being called whenever my husband calls me Brandy Wine, I'm like, oh,
that's sweet.
I love you. I'll cook something. Maybe.
Well, okay, so funny. My sister-in-law's name is Emily also. So when my husband and I started dating, his dad said, we got to come up with another name for her if she's going to stick around. 15 years later, I'm still here. But his suggestion was like Zeke or Zeus. And I was like, look, we had a bull named Zeke.
Yeah.
And I'm clearly female.
Yeah.
I know I act like a male half the time, but I am clearly female. Let's just carry on Skeeter.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that going on.
Zeus and Zeke.
I don't know. God love him. God love him.
Well, those are some different names. Like if somebody, like, hey, like, I don't know, like I would have never have come up with those nicknames.
No, maybe that's the aura I give off. I'm just big and powerful. Whatever. I have no idea.
And if y'all ever get to see Emily, she's a Skeeter. She's a small. I mean, like I probably need to lose as much weight as what she weighs. She's a little thing, but she's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband's gone most of the time. He works traveling on the railroad. He's a conductor an engineer with Union Pacific. So he's gone quite a bit. And so it's me and the 3 kids and the cows and the chickens and the horses and the farm. And it's me.
Yeah.
My mom and dad.
Well, and you know what? Country folk are strong. I mean, because we've got to be. We've got to be emotionally strong. We have to be physically strong.
Yes.
We have to be mentally strong to deal with all the ups and downs and all that stuff. I mean, we're just strong and we're resourceful.
Yes.
So, all right. So tell us about all of the salsa. Like, what do you have? How many different varieties do you have?
I have 2 varieties. That's all I have the license for at the moment. I have a spicy and a mild. So they're the exact same thing. The exact same recipe, exact same ingredients. It's just a different variety of jalapenos that I use between the 2. They're good. They're all homegrown. It's a straight farm-to-table product, minus the spices and the onions.
Okay. Farm-to-table, boy, how important is that?
You know what's going in it. I can tell you on 2 hands what's in it.
Yeah. You can even be like, right there, it came from those 32 tomato plants.
Right there. And see that cow right over there? It helped too.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, that cow helped too.
So, what about the jellies?
So jellies, I'm kind of starting to scale back. So earlier when you were talking about one of your fatal flaws, I guess one of my flaws was I was buying not my produce, but my berries to put in there. My goal is to not buy berries. So I'm slowly trying to integrate a berry patch into everything.
Yeah.
But really, I am focusing more on your spicy stuff, your spicy jams and jellies. So my big market right now is my pepper jelly.
Okay.
Everybody likes pepper jelly. Put it on cream cheese.
Yep, cream cheese and some wheat thins.
Yes.
Or some, Triscuits if you like to have a cracker, pull all the liquid out of your mouth. Or you can get
Styrofoam. I like them.
You like Triscuits?
Yes.
You know what? I do like them if they've got a flavoring on them. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm eating like a non-sweet shredded wheat.
Pretty much.
Like, I don't know. But some wheat thins, I can eat a whole box of those.
So good.
Oh, yeah. Those freaking sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh, they're the best.
So how do they find you? Like, what's your Facebook page? How do they find you for all this stuff?
Facebook page is super simple. It's Skeeters Farm Goods.
Skeeters Farm Goods. Now, Skeeter, spell it for us.
Skeeters.
Okay, Skeeters, and then you said Farm Goods?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then how are they going to know if they got the right person? They going to see you? What are they going to see?
They're going to see my logo, and then they're going to see a picture on the background of our farm.
Okay. So, any big things coming up for you? You got the jewelry.
I got jewelry. I've got salsa. I'm starting to book events for this year, so you can find me throughout Mid-Missouri doing events. I'd say this is probably the biggest thing I have going for me, reaching more people, but yeah.
Okay. What about so your kids, these 4 kids, they ain't got anything big going on, or what are their sports?
Well, let's see. Well, one's in college and on out of the state, so he's doing his own life. Okay. And then my oldest daughter, she is 12. She is basketball, and she's starting to get into soccer. My middle child, Jesse, he is football fanatic. He plays football. He loves football and 4-wheelers and working in the shop with Dad.
Okay.
And then my youngest, he's football. He's trying to copy his older brother. He likes football.
So what do you and your kids think about, Caitlin Clark? Is Caitlin, okay, so Caitlin Clark, she's looking at me like, man, I love me some Caitlin Clark.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, man, WNBA, and I know a lot of people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, she's that little skinny white girl from Iowa that's like tearing them up, and she's doing a great job. And then, so what are your kids hoping that the Chiefs make it to the
Lord.
Super Bowl?
So my boys are Chiefs fanatics. They love it, love it, love it. I'm going to put this out there real quick. Don't hate me.
Okay.
My husband and my daughter are like the Steelers.
Okay. You have a Steelers versus the Chiefs family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. And I'm kind of indifferent. I cheer for my sons.
Okay.
And I like hanging out with everybody at the football games.
Man, I will tell you, for a small moment in my life, I was actually a Jets fan.
Wow. That's random.
I know. Well, I just had a bunch of friends that were just all about Jets, and I had other friends that were all about the Bears. And so I didn't have anybody that really cared about the Chiefs, but now I'm a Missouri girl, and I'm like, I love Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
and
you got to support your Missouri team.
Yeah, I do love him. He sounds like Kermit the Frog, and he's so not intimidating because of that Kermit the Frog voice to me.
That's so funny.
So, all right. So if they want to find you right now, you're on Facebook. It is Skeeters Farm Goods. Her name is Emily Liebi.
Yes.
And I am Brandy Von Holten, and you will find her stuff here at Von Holten Ranch for sale. And they're all going to be unique pieces.
Yes.
And I sure am glad that you just did that cold, quote-unquote, call.
I'm glad you called me back. The worst I could get was no.
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of people just don't have it in them to be told no. And I get told no so many more times than I get told yes.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep going. You're going to find that yes somewhere in there.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I bet my no to yes ratio is probably like, I would say it's probably 8 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been told no a lot, but now I've been told yes by those 2, you know, out of 10. Well, then they had friends, and it's easier for me to get a yes now.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Country Tough with Brandy Von Holten.